All right, it's time for the end of day PulseWave report with yours truly, the algo capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports. All right, so this is our Thursday night edition. We call this the Take Back Friday edition. This is when we prepare to see how the week is going to end, so we can get some type of clue as to what we can expect for next week. So without further ado, here is our first chart, and that is 88 Cardano. So far, again, it depends on how these markets close on Friday. For those that do not know, a Friday trading session for futures, forex, and cryptos, it starts Friday's trading session starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time, Thursday evening. Okay. And for the futures and forex, that Friday will run until close of business tomorrow, which is Friday, between 5 and 6 p.m. All right. Cryptos, however, their Friday extends into the weekend. It takes place all day Saturday. All day Saturday is part of its Friday. And then Sunday, it will run all until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time on Sunday. That's when the new week starts for crypto. So crypto has a very long Friday. I didn't make that up. That's just how they designed these markets to work. All right. So with that out the way, your first chart of 88 Cardano so far. All right. Again, it's going to depend on how this market closes on Friday. But for now, the market seems to be setting itself up for a rally alert to start off next week's trading. One thing to keep in mind is that the overhead trendline resistance is not so far away. It's around the $1.30 mark. And then the bottom of the Kumo cloud is around the $1.70 mark. So it has some way to go yet. We'll see how these markets close. Just keep in mind, the closer we get up to these resistance levels, that could entice the bears to come back. So the good news that you have on this chart is that the selling seems to have fallen off this week, and instead we have buying. Now, some of this buying could be the result of shorts covering, all right? But it could also be not only shorts covering, but also people seeing it as a buying opportunity and they're jumping in. All right, so that's just something to think about as we move forward. All right, next chart is EOS. And what up, 4 Cheese? I see you, my man. I see you. Smash that like button for me. All right. Here on EOS, pretty much the same thing as 88 Cardano. So far, looking good. The selling momentum seems to have leveled off. And now we have short covering and buyers entering into the market. Overhead trend line resistance around the $3.50 mark is the initial target. Depending on how this market closes on Friday, it looks like the door is now wide open for a continuation rally into next week. Taking a look now at Litecoin. All right, so Litecoin here, once again, the selling seems to have fallen off this week, but we don't see real instances of buying like we did in the other two charts. We see this as short covering. So this updrift here is short covering. When more shorts start covering, and that will show blood in the water, and the bulls come in and bid it up to the overhead trendline resistance of around 150 bucks. That's a good question. We'll have to wait and see for that answer, but so far so good. Looks like a continuation rally into next week, but we do need to see some green on the screen. We got to see the buyers enter the market. And so far, we're not seeing that. We're just seeing short covering, not like the first two charts we just looked at. All right, so you're in the green zone. This is where the bulls will come in, but they haven't really come in here yet. All right, so there's something to think about. All right, Theta. Here is Theta. Of course, the chart's messed up, so let me switch to the daily. And you can see it's looking like a continuation also, but just keep in mind, it's already at overhead trend line resistance and bottom of Kumo cloud. So it has major resistance between 330 and 350. Major resistance, okay? So but the buying has entered into the market. So that's a good thing. The selling has come off. So with that being said, I think this market has a good chance to continue into next week. XRP Ripple. XRP Ripple has had the buying interest. So it looks like the buyers are interested in this and they want to keep it going. And I think the overhead target for this one is going to be the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So maybe you can hit 110, 120. We'll see what happens on this one, but it does have a ways to go. But it looks like we could be seeing a continuation pattern there too. US dollar index. Okay, so we came into this week under the auspices of a primary crash alert. We have not gotten any downside production yet. So far, it's looking like this is going to be a narrow range bar for the week, which could set up a huge crash into next week, or even potentially a rally. These narrow range bars, these inside bars, are setup bars. All right. It's contingent. It tells you that a breakout or breakdown is imminent. So depending on how we finish on Friday, we could see some fireworks, either bullish or bearish for next week. So far, though, you would think it would be on the bull side, but not so fast. The bears have come in and shaved this market, scalped it. Okay, so we'll have to see. We'll see how the Fed plays this. Will they turn on the PPT machines or what? All right, here's wheat. Wheat futures, the contract you still can't even trade right now. So far, it's trying to set up a continuation pattern into next week, a rally. We'll see what happens. I've been watching WEAT, so that's what I'm going to be purchasing once I get the clear buy signal there. But so far on the weekly, it looks like we're setting up for a primary rally alert going into next week. So that is an interesting chart. We'll see how it closes, but this bullish pointer cannot be ignored. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's see what else. Okay, Bitcoin. So the mighty Bitcoin is showing continuation rally. We came into this week with under the auspices of a rally alert on the weekly chart, and we got upside production. So far, the market is showing that it wants to continue to do so. We do have the increasing buying interest into this market. So I think the top of the Kumo cloud is in play. That will take us to about between 48,000 and 50,000 respectively. All right, I think that will be the initial target if we get that continuation to tomorrow, for Friday. All right, Ethereum. So here is Ethereum. All right, we came into the week under the auspices of a rally alert when we got that upside production. Now the market's paused at the top of the Kumo cloud, which is to be expected. That is your resistance zone, and the selling has come off. This will be the second. If we close right here tomorrow, this will be the second week in a row where we have no clear sign of bullishness or bearishness as far as momentum readings. See, the bullishness have come off, so is the selling. All right, you just have the market drifting kind of sort of at this point. So any uplift you see is just more bears covering, but you're not seeing buying interest come in here. That's the interesting thing. Even though we're in the green zone, it's not because of the buying. Where are the buyers? You don't have the momentum readings for it. You have neither commitment on bears or bulls. No commitment. The market is free floating right now, ladies and gentlemen. Very odd. Normally we'll see a week like this and that's it, but not the potential for 2 weeks in a row. That's more rare. Like we had it on this week here. We had a 1 week here. Then we had another one right here. And then we had one. No, got to go further back. Okay, right here. See how rare it is? You know what I mean? So for this to come off like this is interesting. What is going on with Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen? I guess we'll see how the market closes on Friday. All right, now we looked at the dollar. Here is the euro. It's the opposite of that, and it has a narrow range bar as well. Narrow range inside bar. What's up with that? Are we about to see some fireworks? I'm telling you, Sunday night is going to be interesting when these markets reopen because we've had the selling all throughout these blue bars. The bears are there. They're chilling there, hiding out. But I don't see any bulls, and I don't see this falling off. So is this rally going to finally produce upside production, or are we going to get a flip-flop and the market comes crashing down on Sunday and all next week? That is the $1,000,000 question. And the market will tell us that once we find out how these markets close on Friday. Next up is gold. Okay, so we came into the week with the crash alert. We got no downside production whatsoever, and the market is giving us a narrow range bar as well. Inside narrow range bar, setting up for fireworks for next week. We could either see a catastrophic sell-off, or we could see a rally, because this is a bullish pointer right here that the market may be attracted to. So this thing could pop either way. These narrow range inside day bars are setup bars, and you can expect some real movement to come. And then that will let us know what direction the markets really want to go in. Nasdaq 100. Okay, so this one here, all things being equal, is trying to set itself up for a continuation rally into next week. The market came into the week with under the auspices of a rally alert. We got that upside production. Also, some slight gappage on the chart as well. So the question is, are we going to back and fill here? Now, let me flip to the daily for a minute. I didn't do that video yet, but I usually do it before this one, but I'm going to do it after this one since I forgot. So, okay. So, I took profit on the long position here. This is a daily chart now, the Nasdaq 100. I took some profit on money off the table as we got up here near this resistance. We still have not back and filled this gap here that was made on March 21st. So I took a sell ticket today. I took a sell trigger. I was, doing my thing, and I said, let me see if this market is going to come down. That's what I did, and we got no downside production, so I didn't get filled. So I'm going to cancel that ticket. And now here's a new one for tonight right here. So market is right here at the resistance zone, which is the bottom of the Kumo cloud, and it's just paused right there. 15,000 is a psychological resistance, but you still have the bulls here keeping the market propped up. At some point, though, you got to come down and fill this gap. Even if the market wants to shoot up, it still has to pull back, and that's quite a pullback. So you're talking 300 points. I'm sorry, I take that back. We're talking the potential for 700 points. 700 NASDAQ points to the downside potential. We'll see how the market closes tomorrow. Next up is oil. Okay, I did not participate in oil this week. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it. And it has no clear direction. The bears are keeping it at bay. It still tries to, pop and rally a little bit, but it's always being muted. This is a bullish pointer, but the bears got the market on lock. You're in the red zone. I think this market's ready to come off. So I will try to participate on the short side if there is a clear sell signal. I'll take a look at the report and see. You guys are probably ahead of me. You already have the reports. The dashboard has been updated. I just haven't had a chance to look at it myself, but I will. And then I'll make my decisions what I want to do, and I'll record the video for you guys. All right, Russell, my hustle. Okay, this is the weekly on the Russell narrow range bar. Look at that. Look at that tiny little speck of a bar. I have to blow the screen up just so you can see the range, because if I go like this, you can barely see this. It's a blip on the screen. So the Russell has done nothing this week, but it's setting itself up for a continuation rally into next week. Something the Russell has that the Nasdaq 100 does not have. Number one, it has this increasing bullish momentum in it, and we're out of the sell side for now. This could be bar one, the first week, the first rally point for a big run in the Russell topside run. You are in a very wide consolidation cloud, Kumo cloud, and the consolidation bar right here from January the 21st, the week of January 21st, is a wide bar. You got top side of the bar at 2168.60, and the bottom side is 1892.40. That's a lot of points. So you got a couple of 100-point trading range, and the market's just respecting the 2-bar zone. All right, it's not going below it, it's not going above it, it's just floating. It tested the bottom of the range for a couple of weeks. Now it's trying to test the upper tier of the range for a couple of weeks. But at some point, though, the market will try to break out. All right, let's see here. Silver, here is your silver. All right, so silver came into the week under the auspices of a crash alert. Also, we got no downside production whatsoever, and instead we got that narrow range bar. So again, the potential for some fireworks next week in a lot of these markets is on the table. You're in the trading range here in silver too. You're right inside, smack dab in the middle of the Kumo cloud. The bias is to the bull side, is the buying interest is still accumulating. But you're consolidated now. So the market's going to have to pick a direction, and it's going to have to be outside of the cloud, not inside the cloud. All right, next up is the bonds. Last but not least is our bonds. Ticker is TLT. So this one, so far this week, we have a continuation of last week. Last week ended with the bearish pointer. This week took out that bearish pointer, but so far has made another bearish pointer. All right, from where we closed today on Thursday, it made another bearish pointer. Will the market end up, will the week end up with another bearish pointer? Very interesting thing to think about. And I think this is a gap here. Let me see. Is this a back and filled gap or not? Let's see. We have 133.72. No, we do not. This does not constitute a filled gap. Therefore, at some point, we got to come up, reconcile the week from March the 18th, and then the market can go down again. But for right now, it's under an enormous amount of selling pressure in these long bonds. It just is what it is. All right, with that being said, you guys, that's all I got time for right now. Got to run. I got to do the trade video, let you know what I'm doing with my positions. And then with that, that'll be it. So hope everyone has a great weekend. And remember, PulseWaveTrading.com. We have a whole bunch of new stuff there for you to take advantage of. We just opened up our live coaching, all that good stuff. So PulseWaveTrading.com, you know what it is. And don't forget to smash that like button. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I am out. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Peace.